Pulse Talk, bringing insights into health and wellness with your hosts, Christine and Alex.
All right, welcome to another deep dive with us. Today we're taking a closer look at Alpro Clinic here in Malaysia. Now, imagine this. You're looking for a family doctor.
Okay.
You want to get a feel for what Alpro is all about.
Yeah.
But maybe you're not quite ready to dive into the nitty-gritty of pricing and all those packages.
Right.
You want that big picture.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
Their philosophy, their services, what makes them stand out, that kind of thing. So let's start there. On their website, they talk about bringing healthcare to the community.
Right.
And there's this emphasis on holistic well-being.
Okay.
What does it actually look like in practice? I'm curious.
Well, I think it really points to Alpro taking a much broader view of health. It's not just about addressing physical symptoms,
Right.
but also factoring in things like lifestyle, mental health, even preventative care. And when you think about it, that's really key for a family's well-being in the long run.
Yeah, especially long-term, right.
Exactly. It's about catching potential problems before they become those big issues.
I see. Something else that caught my eye. They've got a pretty diverse team, not just doctors.
Oh, yeah.
You've got pharmacists in there, dentists, physiotherapists, even dietitians and nutritionists, all under one roof.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
What are the advantages for families with that kind of setup?
Oh, I think the convenience factor is huge.
Yeah.
Imagine, trying to juggle appointments for the kids' dental checkups,
Right.
your own physiotherapy sessions, maybe even some guidance for, say, an aging parent on the nutrition side of things. Having all of that in one place, it just simplifies things so much.
Oh, absolutely. Saves you so much time and hassle in the long run.
Exactly.
It's like a one-stop shop for all those health needs a family might have.
Exactly.
So let's get into the specifics of the services they actually offer.
Okay, yeah.
Obviously, there's standard medical care, but they also highlight things like chronic disease management and geriatric health. What's your take on that?
Well, I think that really speaks directly to their focus on family health,
Yeah.
As families grow and age, managing those chronic conditions, making sure the elderly members are well taken care of, that becomes so important.
It's not just about reacting to those existing problems. It's about trying to prevent them in the first place, right?
Exactly.
They also mentioned consultations for children's health and mental health, which to me seem like should be priorities for any family doctor these days.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Mental well-being is just as important as physical health, especially when you're thinking about kids and teenagers.
For sure.
So the fact that Alpro recognizes this,
Right.
it really highlights that commitment to a holistic approach they're talking about.
All right, here's something I wasn't expecting.
Okay.
Wound care management.
Oh, wow.
They even mention advanced treatments and compounding options. Why would that be relevant for a typical family, I wonder?
Yeah, you might think it's a bit niche, but think about it. Kids, they're always getting scrapes and cuts, right?
Oh, yeah?
Older family members, maybe they have wounds that are slow to heal.
Yeah, for sure.
Some people struggle with things like diabetic ulcers.
Right.
So Alpro, having this expertise in wound care, it could be incredibly valuable for families dealing with those situations.
Makes you think about all those unexpected things that can come up, right?
Definitely.
Okay, moving on to blood tests and screenings.
Yeah.
They offer quite a range.
Yeah, it seems like it.
This is where that emphasis on preventative care really comes into play.
Right. Absolutely.
It's like they're not just waiting for you to get sick.
Mm-hmm.
They're actively looking for any potential issues early on,
Exactly.
whether it's standard blood work or ECGs, dermatoscopy, even allergy testing.
That's pretty impressive.
It's like a proactive, data-driven approach to healthcare, constantly keeping an eye on those health metrics
Sure.
to try and catch those things before they become major problems.
Exactly. The goal is to keep your family healthy in the long run.
And of course, we can't forget about vaccinations,
Oh, absolutely essential.
especially for families with young children.
Yeah, for sure.
So the fact that they offer both child and adult vaccinations, that's got to be a huge plus.
Well, it's so much easier for everyone involved,
Right.
One less thing to worry about. Try and remember who needs what shots.
It seems like they've really thought of everything to make things simple and convenient.
Yeah, it really does.
And they even offer minor surgical procedures and home care services.
Wow.
It's truly comprehensive.
It really seems like they're aiming to provide accessible and convenient health care for the whole family.
So we've talked about their approach, the range of services they offer, but what really sets Alpro apart from the rest?
That's a great question.
One thing that stood out to me was their team of doctors.
Okay.
They've got specialists in various fields.
Mm-hmm.
For example, their medical director, Dr. Eng-Ming Lee,
Yes.
he has specialized training in wound care.
Right. And that's a great example of how they've invested in that specific expertise, you know?
Mm.
It ties back to what we were talking about earlier, their commitment to addressing those wider family health needs.
Yeah, even the less common ones.
Exactly.
They also have Dr. Kam Sandit, who's certified in dermatology.
Oh, that's great.
I bet that's reassuring for families, especially with young children who might be prone to skin issues.
Oh, absolutely. Having that specialist knowledge right there,
Hmm.
it can give parents so much peace of mind.
And then there's Dr. Dunstan and Pawi, who focuses on occupational health.
Right.
That might not be for everyone,
Mm-hmm.
but for families where someone works in a physically demanding job, maybe even a hazardous one,
Yeah.
that could be crucial.
Absolutely. It really speaks to the breadth of expertise on their team, you know?
Hmm.
They've clearly considered a wide range of potential needs,
Yeah.
making them well equipped to handle all sorts of different situations.
And while they don't go into specifics on their website,
Right.
they do mention having lots of positive patient testimonials.
Oh, that's always a good sign.
It is. It is. Even though everyone's experience can be different,
Of course.
but that consistently positive feedback suggests that patients are generally satisfied
Mm.
and that they're getting good quality care.
Yeah, it's almost like getting recommendations from friends and family.
It definitely gives potential patients a glimpse into what it's like to actually be a patient there.
For sure.
So it feels like they're going beyond that typical see a doctor, get a prescription model, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. They're definitely aiming for something more integrated, more holistic.
Yeah.
Focusing on that preventative care, managing those chronic conditions,
Right.
really addressing all the different health needs a family might have. It's a very different approach.
It's like they're trying to build that long-term partnership with their patients, really getting to know them, the whole family.
Yeah, exactly. And focusing on their overall well-being.
That's what a good family doctor should be, right?
I think so.
Someone you trust,
Mm-hmm.
someone who really understands your family's health history,
Yeah,
and someone who's invested in keeping everyone happy and healthy.
right.
So based on everything we've learned so far,
Mhm.
it seems like Alpro Clinic could be a really good option for families here in Malaysia who are looking for a new doctor.
I would agree, especially if those things we talked about are important to you.
Yeah.
That commitment to community health, the integrated approach, the diverse team they have.
That long-term well-being focus.
Exactly.
You know, my family really struggled to find a doctor who actually took the time to listen
Oh, yeah.
and to really understand our individual needs.
It can be tough.
It sounds like Alpro might offer a different kind of experience.
Yeah, it could.
But of course, the best way to know for sure is to do a little more digging.
Absolutely. This deep dive has given you a really solid foundation, you know, about Alpro Clinic.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's up to you to take that knowledge and see how it applies to your family's specific needs.
So what would you suggest our listener do next?
Okay, well,
Should they maybe check out Alpro's website?
yeah, that's a good idea.
Read through those patient testimonials we mentioned.
Yeah, those are good next steps.
Right,
And, you know, think about your family's unique healthcare needs.
right.
Are there any specific concerns?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe something that requires specialized care?
Right.
Are there certain doctors at Alpro whose expertise really aligns with those needs?
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Like, if you have young children, Dr. Kamsan Keat's dermatology certification might be really important.
Right. Exactly.
Or if you're dealing with a chronic wound, Dr. Eng-Ming Lee's expertise in wound care could be invaluable.
It's all about finding the right fit for your family.
Yeah.
And the great thing about a clinic like Alpro,
Right.
with that diverse team of doctors,
Right.
you're more likely to find someone who really meets your specific needs.
It's like they've created a team of specialists who are ready to tackle any health challenge your family might face.
That's a great way to put it.
So there you have it, a deep dive into Alpro Clinic.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we've given you the insights you need
Right.
to make that informed decision about your family's healthcare.
But remember, this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
There's always more to learn, more to explore, more ways to empower yourself with information.
So keep those questions coming
Mm-hmm.
and keep that curiosity alive.
Absolutely.
What final thoughts would you leave our listener with today?
Well, as you continue researching Alpro,
Mm-hmm.
I want you to think about this.
Yeah.
How important is it to you to have a doctor who's really proactive about your family's health?
Right.
You know, Alpro's emphasis on that preventative care, early detection, that might be a deciding factor for you.
It's a great point to ponder. And even if Alpro doesn't end up being the perfect fit for you, this whole process has helped you really think about what matters most in a family doctor. And that's a win in itself.
Absolutely. Knowledge is power.
Yes.
And by understanding your options and your priorities, you're setting yourself up to make the best decision possible for your family's health and well-being.
Couldn't agree more. So until our next deep dive together, keep exploring the world of knowledge with us here on The Deep Dive.
Stay curious and stay healthy.
See you next time.